are headed to the South Bay, Los Angeles area. We're gonna go check out Fort MacArthur in San Pedro, California.
So Fort MacArthur is in San Pedro, and this was featured on Ghost Adventures, I guess.
Yep.
On their story, there's this guy who supposedly visited the place and committed suicide. The person who was actually working there did say they actually found that, and it's kind of a sad thing to hear. This place is nice, and everyone's visiting it because there's a lot of events that they do for the community here and for all the veterans. And so it's a nice place to see, and they have a museum. So
Yep.
I know there was some history behind it, and I don't remember all of it, but
Well, anybody that's familiar with the Los Angeles area, especially World War II, right after Pearl Harbor was bombed, the west coast of the U.S. was very concerned about the Japanese coming in and bombing Los Angeles, which was a huge naval port, and still is. And there was one evening when the fort was active in 1940, I want to say 1942, they saw something in the distance. They believed it was enemy aircraft flying in toward Los Angeles, and that started what they called the Battle of Los Angeles. They fired hundreds of rounds into the sky that night, and when it was all over, they did not hit a single thing. So we don't know what they saw. Some say weather balloons, some say could have been a UFO. We don't know. They didn't find anything.
we're here in San Pedro, California, and this is the Fort MacArthur Museum. Fort MacArthur is a former United States Army installation in San Pedro, Los Angeles, California. Some section is still in military use as a housing and administrative annex of the Los Angeles Air Force Base by the United States Air Force. This Army installation was formally created on October 31, 1914. The fort is named in honor of Lieutenant General Arthur MacArthur. His son Douglas MacArthur would later command American forces in the Pacific during World War II. By the end of World War II, the large guns were already being removed, with the last decommissioned in 1948. Battery Osgood Farley is probably the best preserved example of the United States Coastal Defense gun emplacement, and it was placed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1976. There is a museum that people can visit for free that has dioramas, military vehicles, and portraits that explain the history that occurred at Fort MacArthur. We did an investigation on the fort grounds using a millimeter, but the readings remain normal. Maybe I should. I probably should. Let me put the temperature gauge. It was too windy, I couldn't.
It's quiet down here. We can try to do some easy keys down here.
I'm so sorry. Okay. See, our temperature is 81 degrees right now. It's so hot.
It's a very nice day here in San Pedro, which is it's usually not this warm because we're right next to the ocean.
Okay, I turned it back on. I just want to get some readings here. Make sure. Oh, look at those electrical wires. Are they still active? Nope. Very windy out here. What did they used to do here? Is this like a...
I think there used to be a big gun mounted down here. I think that's what this pit here is, all full of sand now.
I almost picture like a gladiator pit.
Probably something like that in terms of that big piece of equipment over there, which I think is part of one of the guns.
Oh. I don't know. I just pictured like a gladiator pit.
I think what this is this goes down deep.
Oh, and they filled it up with dirt.
Yeah, I think there used to be a big
Can we
placement
go
thing
down?
here.
I guess. Okay.
This is as close as we can go.
There's a gate.
Let's see what's in this gate.
Looks like there's garbage.
It goes in, but we can't go in there. I would like to go in there.
Here would like to communicate with us. I have this meter, and you can touch this. If there is anyone out here. We just found this communication tube. So I guess you're talking to that, and you put your ear in this thing, and you hear any orders are being sent from down below. We're gonna try to get a EVP.
EVP experiment.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Since we can't get down into the chambers, and these pipes connect down in there, that's how they used to talk to people down below from up top.
Yep. But the only thing is, it's so windy, so hopefully we can hear something. Okay. I'm pressing record.
Okay.
Hello, is there anyone in there? Do you want to talk to us? Are you trying to send orders up here? What's going on down there? Okay, I'm stopping.
Okay, let's try it. Let's just see what happens.
Hello, is there anyone in there? You want to talk to us? Are you trying to send orders up here?
Oh,
What's going on down there?
oh, it's wind.
Might be wind.
Okay, stopping.
We started our investigation outside the museum, where a sad event occurred. It is reported that an apparent suicide happened just outside the museum. The meter didn't register a reading, but there were some interesting EVP sounds that we captured.
Supposedly this is where
This is where that man climbed up here and shot himself, and I believe they said they found his body right there.
Right here?
Right in this area right here. It might even, you know what, honestly, you see that really light spot on the ground? I would not be surprised if that white spot right there is where they had to clean up all the blood. It was somewhere in this area, because
That's really sad.
it wouldn't surprise me if that's the area.
we're gonna start by trying to do some EVP here in this corner right here. Supposedly this is where that person came out here. I guess he had plans to come here. Wasn't that what they said?
Yeah,
and
so that he hiked
try to
up
take his
this
life.
hill, brought a shotgun.
Is it actually down here in this area?
It was right in here, either where you're standing or in this area right here.
It's just kind of sad.
It might be right where we're standing.
Okay, we're recording. We're gonna try to communicate with the person who took their life here.
Can you tell us your name? Can you tell us why you came up here? What did you do here?
We're sorry that you felt like you had to come here, and
Did you have a choice?
okay, we're gonna have to end this because there's somebody coming.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
You want recording? We're going to try to communicate with this person who took their life here. Can you tell us your name? Can you tell us why you came up here? What did you do here? We're sorry that you felt like you had to come here. And
Did you
have a choice. Okay, we're going to have to end this because the recording is coming. Thank you.
I don't think we got anything on that.
We're in the museum right now, and on the other side of this wall is that long hallway, supposedly. Remember in Ghost Adventures, they were talking about it possibly being a portal, and
Right when they were walking through here.
so we're gonna try to do an EVP session here. There's some people outside. There's some people in the front, so we can walk down there by the hallway.
We conducted another EVP session inside the museum by the long hallway, where in an episode of Ghost Adventures, a guest claimed seeing anomalies, and it was even thought to be a portal.
And this is where the other end of the opening is. Okay, we're gonna try to do an EVP session here. Hopefully it's quiet enough.
We're inside the Armory. Are you here with us?
What is your name?
Are you a soldier that worked here? How old are you? What is your rank?
Is there anything you'd like to say to us? Okay, I'm stopping.
Okay.
Say, Armory, are you here with us? What is your name? Are you a soldier that worked here? How old are you? What is your rank? Is there anything you'd like to say to us?
Yes.
Wow.
You heard that, right?
Mm-hmm. Did you hear the metal clunking too? In the beginning of it?
There's some sirens.
Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's try again.
Okay. You can step forward if you want to and try and get it closer to that hallway.
Okay, recording. We're trying to communicate again with anyone that was here that said their name. We're here to listen to you. If you want to say something in this recorder right here. What is your name? How old are you?
Getting chills.
There's sirens. What is your rank? We're the only ones here, so don't be afraid. Feel free to talk to us.
Come up and talk into that silver box in her hand.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it. Here, let's listen to it.
Recording? Let's try and communicate again with everyone that was here that said their name. Or here, could it keep you? If you want to say something in this recording. What is your name? How old are you? You're tired. What is your rank? We're the only ones here. So don't be afraid. Feel free to talk to us. And we'll talk. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Listen to the end, maybe.
Let's try one more time. One more.
Do another one? Okay.
Okay, this is our last EVP session. We can hear an airplane above. And before we leave, is there anything else you'd like to say to us?
We come here with good intentions.
And we'd like to thank you for your service, for keeping everyone safe and serving our country.
Can you tell us where we are? How many people are in this room?
Do you like it that they made this into a museum?
Do you miss being a soldier?
They're going to be closing this museum soon, so is there one last thing you'd like to say before we leave? Thank you so much for trying to talk to us.
Thank you.
Stop it.
Okay, this is our last EVP session. You can hear from the book. And before we leave, is there anything else you'd like to say? Or and we'd like to thank you for your service, for keeping everyone safe and serving our country.
Just tell us where we are. How many people are in the room?
Do you like it that they made this into a museum?
You miss being a soldier.
They're going to be closing this museum soon. Is there one last thing you'd like to say? Thank you so much for trying to talk to us.
Thank you.
Okay.
Two of us.
You are going to be putting a donation because it's a nice thing to do. Yes.
Thank you. Here's your donation.
All right. Did you have fun?
Yeah, it's very educational. So, let's see what else there's for us to see here.
Thank you. Now I'm hungry.
Let's go eat.
Let's do this. So we just finished our investigation right now, and we got some pretty interesting responses on our EVPs. And we did the millimeter, but we didn't really catch anything. There were any changes in the millimeter.
But the recording did pick up some very interesting sounds, so we're going to go back and listen to those a little more closely and see what we can find.
It's an interesting place, and we're glad that they keep this as a museum to teach us about our history and what occurred here. So until next time.
Thanks for coming.
The EVPs we captured were very interesting. However, we don't have definitive proof of ghosts that exist at the property. The sounds we heard could be residual sounds from the various activities that occurred there. The claims of hauntings at Fort MacArthur are possibly due to the intense feelings and emotions that linger within the building and the area grounds.